Happy Friday, Roanchar Ranchers. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. Normally I don't talk about heavy subjects on here. I give you guys updates on the horses, but today is going to be a little bit different because I want to have a serious discussion on animal cruelty laws. For me, this started a long time ago, but it really hit the tipping point with the court case that was happening with Ellie and Apollo's previous rescue. Just to recap, the individual that nearly starved Apollo to death got 60 days of community service and a monetary fine, which she probably will never pay, and was not instructed that she could no longer have animals. So she could very well just go ahead and start this whole thing over again. And the laws just need to change. Not only on a local level, but also at a national level. So that was the one tipping point. The other tipping point is that I'm trying to help two draft horses down in Cuba, New York, who are emaciated. The neighbors know they're emaciated. What was different this week than what I was talking about last week is that an animal welfare agency went and saw the two horses, and even they said that they were emaciated. They are probably a 2 on the Heineke scale, and the other horse that he's already surrendered was a 1. So there's several individuals, several agencies that know that the horses are in deplorable shape, yet nothing can be done. They're meeting the minimum standard of taking care of the horses, and apparently that's good enough. That may be good enough for them. That's not good enough for me. I'm keeping the pedal to the metal with trying to help these two horses the best that I can. It's not like I can go down on this person's property and take the two horses. That's illegal. But I'm trying to get them out of there. There's several individuals that are willing to take the two horses. So it's not like they don't have a place to go. They do. But the animal welfare agency that agrees that they're in horrible shape has no jurisdiction. So they can't even go in and seize them. You know, they could help with education, but this individual has had horses for a very long time. He knows what he should be doing. He's just not. And because the animal welfare agency doesn't know him very well, he's taking him, the agency has to take him as face value until he proves otherwise. And it's a shame, because in the end, it's the horses that end up suffering. And, I just don't want this to be a case where it's going to be too late because the damage is already done. We've had excuse me, we've had here in Western New York a pretty mild winter for us. Yes, there is a lot of snow on the ground. Yes, it's 20 some odd degrees right now, but for the majority of the winter, we're way below average on snowfall. We're way below average on our average temperature. I'm sorry, we're way above average for our average temperature. You know, we've had 60s, 50s, almost 70s in parts of March, and that's just unheard of for our area. So, you know, for the horses to be in this bad of a condition in a winter that was truly not that bad, speaks for itself. You know, the horses don't have quality hay, and the law doesn't specify what quality food is. They don't even have quality, the word quality in there. It just has to be food. If you're feeding a horse or any animal lousy food, you know, really, what is the difference between not feeding them at all? Because they're not getting any nutrition out of it. They're essentially just going through the motions and are withering away. So all the laws have to change, and we have to do something about it. I posted earlier today a link to advocate for animal cruelty agencies so that they can get repaid out of a fund that's available so that they could recoup the expenses when there are animal seizures involved. Case in point, you know, there was at least 30 animal rescues, if not more, that took part in the cruelty case of where Ellie and Apollo came from. None of us got compensated at all. Not that we're in it for the money, don't get me wrong, but I mean, the reality is that, you know, in order to bring a horse back or bring an animal back from that level of starvation, it takes a lot of medical care. It's not just not putting food in front of them and you know, putting the pounds back on them. A lot of times they have medical issues on top of it because they've been starved. So if you want to join me and get more involved in changing the laws locally first, you know, click on that link and raise your voice. Speak up and let's get things changed so that the animals, and specifically, obviously, with us, the horses, stop feeling the brunt of our own inequities. We need to do something. This has been going on for way too long. You know, animal cruelty has been an issue way before this rescue was started. And, you know, in our own area, you know, we had the Beth Hoskins situation where there were, you know, at least 52 horses that were, you know, severely neglected. And it took years for that to be resolved. Years and literally millions of dollars that were spent to bring those horses back into good health and to prosecute her. It shouldn't be that difficult for a wrong to be right. And it needs to happen sooner rather than later. And I am done standing by the sidelines and not doing enough in terms of making the laws be changed. So I hope that you'll join me. You know, I did a presentation earlier this week and I told Ellie and Apollo's story, and the individuals were flabbergasted that the woman who was responsible had no consequences, really. 60 days of community service, woohoo. Big deal. Go pick up some trash. You killed literally hundreds of animals and almost killed Apollo, but 60 days, woohoo, that's not justice. The animals need a voice and we need to be their voice. So I hope that you'll join me. You're going to see a lot more on our Facebook page, and me writing blogs and articles about ways that we can change the animal cruelty laws. And I hope you take it to heart, and you join me and we start making a difference. That's really all I wanted to talk about today. I know I kind of got on my soapbox. I normally don't do that, but I'm pretty upset about this. It's been weighing on me, and I just need to do something. That was the whole reason why I started the rescue, is because I wanted to do something to help the horses, and now it has to go up to the next level. So that's all I really wanted to talk about, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk next week. Real quick, the guys are all good. The kiddos, Ellie's fine. As you can see, she's enjoying her dinner. Apollo is back to himself. And Louie and Abe are being Louie and Abe. But I just wanted to tell you what was on my mind. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And we'll be back to calmer topics, a calmer commentator next week. Be well, Roanchar Ranchers.